Serene, as we celebrate Women's History Month, we introduce you to a game changer who found a way to tackle colorism in the Asian community. As our DeMarco Morgan reports this morning, her story is one of inspiration and perseverance.
Intelligent, confident, strong, Yu Chen-shi is all things beauty. But that wasn't always the case for the Taiwan native and founder of Orsay Cosmetics.
I remember that feeling of not being represented, of being rejected.
She says Asian girls and women with their skin tone or darker were often overlooked by mainstream beauty brands.
Because to me, as a young girl, I saw shade ranges as the parameters within which one would be considered beautiful. And I was outside of it.
So she wanted to break out of the traditional standards and use more browns, yellows, and olive colors to celebrate the beauty of all Asians.
I felt like I was always outside of the range. For Japanese and Korean beauty brands, until today, probably a lot of them are still, having very narrow shade ranges that almost exclusively cater to those with lighter skin. The message I got was not that this brand needs to make more shades, but it was, I need to lighten my skin so that I can be accepted as beautiful.
She also ran into trouble finding support here in the U.S.
I sat across from editors who interview brands day and night, and some of them asked me, why do Asians need their own brand? What makes you different from the Korean and Japanese beauty brands that are out there? And so that really just showed me there's a lack of understanding around Asian skin and the uniqueness of Asian skin.
So she created her own cosmetic company and named it Orsay, a name that comes from the word force.
Part of the reason was because you felt like Asians were being left out when it comes to the whole conversation around beauty.
My most important mission is really just letting the world know that we also have needs and wants, and they're important too.
She admits the fight for inclusion continues.
Since, the pandemic, since Black Lives Matter protests, there have been many companies and organizations that came out with funds for Black business owners. And I wish to see the same support for the Asian community as well, because we're still highly, highly underrepresented in the beauty industry.
DeMarco Morgan, CBS 2 News.
I love her, and that was such an insightful piece.
Yes, DeMarco was telling me about it before. We were talking with Amber. We had no idea how serious that it is that you only have a certain color you go up to and then forget it. You have to go to other brands. And also just talking about culture, Serene, you're white, blonde, blue eyes, and you want to get tan.
Right. Yeah, I use a whole lot of bronzer.
Yeah. And my mom is white, blonde, and always wanted to be tan. But then my Latin side, I remember people in the family saying, oh, you get so brown, and commenting that, oh, you shouldn't be getting dark. And I never understood that because
so interesting.
My white mom was so proud of being dark.
Being
and then people who are of other colors, there's a lot of colorism in the community. So I love that he's exposing this. I think it's so important.
Yeah.
And everybody should embrace their color, of course.
Yep. And good for her. What a smart and savvy businesswoman.
Yes.
Love it. Well, Orsay Cosmetics, they are available online and also sold at Neiman Marcus stores.
And the prices between $18 and $89.
We are dedicated to telling incredible stories about incredible women this month because it, of course, is Women's History Month. And if you miss one, remember you can watch them anytime on CBSLA.com.